How's it going, everyone? This is welcome to another episode of the Mountaintop with your host, Big Panda, and I'm here with my guest, Rocky.
What's up?
Yep, Rocky right here. Just decided to be a really good guest. Thank you, Rocky, for joining us here at the Mountaintop.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, we really appreciate it, and as well, I know Rocky from I actually know Rocky from probably 3 or 4 months ago when we worked at that weak ass store Lowe's.
Yeah.
Yeah. We met at Lowe's, and we became very good friends, and it was very interesting meeting this guy because I thought he was just when I first met this guy, he was really shy. I never knew he was actually a music artist.
Yeah, I'm pretty laid back.
Yeah, I just thought you were just like a regular person, just sitting there. Every time I saw you, I said, "What's up, man?" I always checked all my snacks and got all my drinks from this guy, and he was just an undercover music artist. Or yeah. Okay, so in the beginning of the show, we always talk about any deals with customers, or do you have any rants? I know that I also listen to your podcast, Z and R,
Yeah.
Z and R podcast. You guys are extremely funny.
Oh, thank you, man.
No problem. And when I heard the last one where you actually had a little beef with one of your neighbors. He's not your neighbor right here, is he? I know that you moved,
Yeah.
but he's no longer here anymore, right? I don't want him to
Nah, it's a different neighborhood.
Yeah, hopefully. Oh yeah, hopefully he doesn't come up and say, "Hey, he's waving the Mexican flag."
Nah, bro. That motherfucker was crazy.
Yeah,
Should I cuss on here?
Oh yeah, you
Okay,
can
for
go
sure.
ahead, bro. No, don't worry. Sky's the limit. Like I always say to the people, haters are always at the bottom, but you, my friend, are always at the top,
For sure.
the mountaintop, bruh.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, and I heard that neighbor was just giving you guys problems, and you know what? I totally agree with you guys. He can go suck a big fat Johnson, you know?
For real, bro.
Because he just wanted some attention, or maybe his old lady didn't give him any.
Yeah. That's probably part of it, man. He's just miserable. Some people are they ain't happy unless they're making somebody else's life miserable.
Exactly. It's just very irritating just to have people like that. And you know what? I'm actually glad that you guys moved, so I don't have to deal with him. Because if he ever came up to me, I'll probably be like, "Hey, man, you're rude.
For
You're
real.
very rude." But do you have any stories that you want to tell us with your encounter with any customers? I know you work at Lowe's, and all I know the rules in that store.
Yeah.
I know, and those are the stupid ass rules that I've ever heard. Do you have any stories you want to share with us?
Well, there was a bunch of just weird ass shit happening today. What was a good place to start? Well, two customers almost got in a fight.
Wow.
Yeah, that almost happened. I think I was getting ready to go on my break or some shit, but I came inside for some reason, and I was standing right by the front registers. And you remember Beverly?
Yeah,
the old
yeah,
lady?
yeah.
She was checking out this one dude, and then these other two dudes came and they were standing by self check, and they were bringing some shit up, and I don't even remember what started the whole thing, but I just remember I turned around, all of a sudden they're just fucking arguing with each other, just random ass shit, and I was like, what the and they kept going on for a while, and I took off because I don't want to see this shit, and then I came back and they were gone. And I went up to Bev. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck was that about? What's with these just random ass people fighting?" She's like, "I guess one of them works for the other one's landlord or some shit."
Oh wow.
And so the landlord was complaining about homeboy fucked up his house or some shit. So his employees were chewing him out. And I guess they got into a fight at or at McDonald's, and he was still salty about that. I was like, "What the fuck? What kind of weird ass He's like, bro, this is Lowe's. Yeah. What are you doing? Go take that shit out in the parking lot or something,
yeah.
bro."
Yeah.
And then another thing wasn't as weird, but it just kind of pissed me off. Was I've been filling in for our loader. I'm usually a cashier, but
Yeah.
last like 2 weeks I've been just like helping people load shit. And what they do when they need like my help to load, they'll usually like I carry like a walkie-talkie, and they'll just call me on the walkie and they'll be like, "Yo, come help so and so load their shit." And I was like, "All right." But I was on like the other side of the parking lot, and I guess like some old dude needed help like loading an air conditioning unit or some shit. And they didn't fucking page me on the walkie-talkie. They like did the overhead page in the store,
Yeah.
and I was like, I can't fucking hear that. I'm outside. And I guess he got super impatient because they kept paging me over and over, but I couldn't hear it, obviously. Um, so I came back inside after a while, and they're like, "Hey, some old dude needed help loading, but he got mad and just like took off and said he'd do it himself." And I was like, "Well, sorry, I was outside." And I guess what happened was while he was trying to load it, he like fucked up his bag. So he went. I guess he came inside and he's like, "I want to speak to a manager. Cause y'all fucked up my bag." And I was like, "What? Are you serious,
Oh,
bro?
wow.
Bro,
Um,
I would have came if they had fucking called me on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
I was on the other side of the parking lot, bro. Oh my god,
Well, that's what people get when they're trying to play John Cena.
for real, bro. I didn't even see what the dude looked like. They just said he was an old dude. So. And it's
yeah.
Sonora, so all old people kind of look the same over here.
Yeah, I swear, bro. Every time I'm all like, "Oh, is that your uncle right there?" It's like, no, I never even met that guy. I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Because like you know how I had to deal with a bunch of like racial slurs around here.
Oh, yeah.
I fight back, bro. I'd be like, "Oh man, that's your uncle right there, isn't it?" And like, no, I never met them. I'm like, oh, my bad. All white people look alike for me though. Oh, dude. Yeah, working at Lowe's. When I was there at Lowe's, I was at on the unload crew.
Yeah.
And what really pissed me off was just knowing that the customers would always go to the back just for help. Like, we can't help you. We're unloading, and what sucked was that they always put themselves in danger when somebody was always in the forklift.
Yeah.
And people here in Sonora, they just don't know. They're just like they really want to like fucking get hurt.
I just understand.
Yeah,
bro.
these people, I swear.
You should see the way these people drive, bro.
Yeah.
The Walmart parking lot, it's like a fucking war zone. It's like fucking Fast and the Furious and shit.
Exactly,
It's
bro.
like, what the hell? Who gave y'all a fucking license, bro? You're like 80 years old. How long have you been driving?
Yeah.
Why are you so awful?
You know what? Another parking lot that's kind of like a death zone as well is the one over there at Kohl's, the Junction.
Yeah.
Dude, that one is. I'm just terrified. One time, I was shopping at the Dollar Tree, and when I was done over there, I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna go walk around so I can go to the Costless instead. I'd rather like not drive there and get my car hit by because there's like so many older ladies and older men driving right there, and I'm just like terrified for my life.
Yeah, bro. Did you hear about this was a couple months ago, like some old lady was like in front of, you know where the Wells Fargo is in the Junction?
Yeah.
Yeah, some old lady was like getting shit out of the ATM, and some dude just like ran into her and ran into the ATM.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this was like 2 months ago, I think.
Dude, see?
Yeah, lady broke her legs. The ATM was fucked up.
God damn, bro.
And there's been like hella people that like break fire hydrants over there, just bump into the fire hydrants.
See,
I'm like, what the fuck is wrong?
It's like these people don't know what they're doing. It's like, yeah.
Bro.
So, everybody, if you ever come to Sonora, yeah, don't
come to Sonora.
don't come to Sonora. The only good thing in
Sonora,
Sonora,
a place you come to is a place you leave.
yeah, the only good thing about Sonora is nothing, bro. I got nothing.
I guess there's like a low crime rate.
Yeah,
Which,
well,
if you
yeah.
want to raise a family here, it's cool. But other than that, bro,
Fuck
there ain't shit to
that.
do here.
Hell no.
It's boring as hell.
I
Here.
remember when I was in middle school and high school. We would always just kick it here at the skate park. When we were young, we thought Sonora was cool, but because I was living in Murphy's and I was going to high school in Angels Camp, and we always thought, you know what, we're gonna go kick it in Sonora. like let me say that right now. Let's go kick it at Sonora. Yeah, that sounds fun.
I mean, I guess if you live in like Calaveras or like a small ass town, then Sonora's like Sonora.
Yeah,
like there's a Walmart here,
a place of wonder and joy.
There's a Walmart and a movie theater.
It took me years to finally realize that there was a Sears in Sonora.
bro.
I did not know
Yo,
that.
I just had this conversation with one of my coworkers yesterday.
Yeah.
My boy Patrick, he works in the garden center. He's like a loader. Like he literally just brought that up to me yesterday. He's like, bro, I had no idea there was a Sears here.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I was like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, it took like I've been living here for already 18 years.
Damn.
And
That's as long as I've been here.
yeah, and the first time
17.
I realized it is when I was going to Soulsbyville.
Mm-hmm.
I was heading to Soulsbyville, and then like I turn and I see a big ass sign that says Sears,
Yeah.
and I was all like, "What the fuck? There's a Sears here?"
For real,
I'm hella
bro.
true. What the hell? Why doesn't anybody tell me? I never knew that. I just never knew about all
Shit's
that.
funny as hell, man.
So, but you know what? I feel like there could be more stores. But you just have to like have an adventure just to try and find most of
For
it.
real, bro. Yeah, they want to put like a Wendy's up here and shit.
A Wendy's?
Yeah.
Fuck that, dude.
There used to be a Wendy's here where Burger King is. That used to be Wendy's. And then they fucking put Burger King in there for some reason.
Oh, right by Little Caesars?
Yeah. They used to,
Gross.
like a long ass time ago, that was Wendy's.
Yeah, that is hella gross. You know what they like? You know what they should just bring? But I don't know if they'll one day bring it. But I think I'm gonna start a petition. We need to bring like either In-N-Out or Popeyes.
I would definitely want Popeyes.
Popeyes, bro.
Get rid of the fucking KFC.
Fuck
here.
KFC, dude.
I don't mind KFC. Our KFC just sucks.
No, I don't like KFC. Period,
Oh,
bro.
for real?
Fuck Kentucky. I'm
you.
down with Louisiana, bro.
I feel that, bro. Popeyes is like that is definitely my favorite chicken spot.
Yeah, I always liked their po' boys, and they got the best
yeah.
stuff right there. All right, so we're gonna change the subject. So, Rocky is a music artist, and for how long have you been? How long have you been a music artist?
Damn. Well, my whole family's super musical. Like my mom can sing, my pops can sing. So I've been singing since I was like 6.
Yeah.
But as far as like the hip hop shit that I'm doing now, I started writing raps when I was 12.
Yeah.
So about 7 years.
Nice.
Yeah. It's about 7 years I've been really like taking this shit seriously.
And what started like? What made you start just rapping? You just started listening to like old school artists, or?
Yeah, I just got into hip hop, just like just from being around it and listening to it and shit.
Yeah.
And my family being like super religious and shit, I wasn't really allowed to listen to like regular hip hop. So they'd slide me like a gospel rap CD.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like some of my like first real. I used to just like memorize other rappers' lyrics and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was like little, and my mom like noticed like I was actually really good at it. When I was like 7 and 8, I would just like rap other people's lyrics.
Yeah.
And from there, I just wanted to start writing my own shit. So
that's kind of cool.
It's kind of happened naturally.
That's hella cool because I know that I also like my family's also extremely religious. Sorry. I was also banned from listening to rap music. One time I was listening to a song called "Wonder Why They Call You Bitch" by Tupac.
Ooh,
that was a very dope song.
I love that song.
My mom caught me, and then she destroyed that CD. Damn. It sucked. It really sucked.
Yeah.
And I was not allowed to listen to any of those type of music, but I know that my cousin Jose and my other cousin Hugo, they introduced me to more artists, but they always kept their CDs on the down low.
I feel it.
Because I know that our family as well, they don't like that type of music. And it's nothing bad. It's just almost like telling you the truth. It's like that song that I just said, "Wonder Why They Call You Bitch." We're not actually calling all women bitches. It's just that some women act like bitches.
For real.
So if they act like it, I might as well call them that.
Yeah, like Pac even did like an interview. I'm a huge Tupac fan.
Yeah.
But Pac did like an interview where he like explained the difference between like a woman and a bitch.
Yeah.
And like he really like broke it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that people need to know like what he's talking about. Another great artist that I personally like was Biggie Smalls.
Okay, I
feel he's one of my favorite rappers as well. His music was very amazing. And
amazing storyteller.
Yeah, he just flows like everything just
flow,
came
bro.
to him. Everything just came to him. Of course, I was just gonna go like, I wonder when they call me Big Papa.
Yeah,
I love that song so
Me
much.
too, bro.
And when I heard the diss song between Biggie and Pac, I actually had to break a lot of hearts, and I said I have to team with Biggie.
Damn.
Yeah, I said that because the song, you've heard it, "Who Shot Ya?"
Yeah.
That shit
Mhm.
was dope, and the other one, "Hit Me Up," I had to be like, it's all right.
Oh, I love Hit 'Em Up, bro.
Hit 'Em Up was really good.
Yeah.
And it was just like, fuck, man, I can like jam into
Yeah.
this shit, but
Bro, everybody knows like those first couple bars off Hit 'Em Up, bro.
exactly.
First off, fuck your bitch. And you claim, like, ooh, claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife. First time I heard that shit, I was like, no, he didn't.
Yeah.
Bro. He
Like,
actually went there.
yeah. For me, I really like I really like diss songs.
Me too.
Yeah, I really like. I know that I don't know, but I was listening to your other CD,
Mm-hmm.
your first album that you introduced me. I forgot the name of it. It was but I do know the track number, track 13.
Pistol Smoke?
Yeah. Yeah, see, you even know your own track.
Pistol Smoke.
That actually, I always put that song in repeat most of the time. Like when I head to San Jose,
Mm-hmm.
me and my brother are always listening to that one. And I always wanted to ask you, did you have beef with anybody while you wrote that song, or you just had
bro.
you did?
It's a long story. I'll get into it though. It started like towards the end of 2017, like August, September. I linked up with my boy K Lee and my boy Brad, and we started like making music together. Because I was already doing my own shit. Just like I said, I started when I was 12, and I just kind of was fucking around with it. And I was doing like gospel hip hop for a while, just because I came from like a religious family.
Yeah, yeah.
But when I like started transitioning out of that, and I was like, I just want to do my own shit. I started linking up with my boys, and we did a remix of the song "Hell on Earth"
Yeah, yeah,
by
yeah.
Mobb Deep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we did that song. We did like a remix to that song. And then we did a video for it, and we dropped the video. And like a month later, after we dropped the video, my boy Kaylee like shared it and said something along the lines of like he wasn't even like trying to disrespect nobody.
Mm-hmm.
He said something along the lines of like, "There's nobody in this county that sounds like us." Blah blah blah. Just bigging us up basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And this dude Norton, who a lot of people listen to this might know. A lot of people know him in town. He's pretty well-known guy.
Okay.
But he's got a group called Nike Clan Nation. They've been doing this shit for a long ass time. They're like one of the first, probably the first rap group to come out of Sonora, basically.
Yeah.
Got to give him props for that. But he saw that, and like took offense to it, because he thought we were like trying to count him out, basically.
Yeah.
And we were trying to discredit him, which wasn't the case at all. We were just like trying to big ourselves up.
Yeah.
Basically, just hip hop shit.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but he took offense to that, and it turned into like this whole back and forth thing. I wasn't even really involved with it at first. I was just kind of, caught in like the middle just by default.
Yeah.
Because it was my boy Kaylee shared it. It was our song. And I didn't even really know Norton at the time. Like I'd met him, but it wasn't really nothing. But him and Kaylee started going back and forth on Facebook, just about like Norton, thinking that we should give him more credit and all this shit.
Yeah.
And it kind of stopped at that. It turned into like just a little like social media back and forth thing.
Uh-huh.
Like he started like writing shit on Facebook about us. Not like directly, but you could tell he was talking about us.
Yeah,
like subliminal shit.
Like I know that a lot of people always say shit, but they don't ever want to admit it's directly to you.
Am I too far away from the mic? Am I good?
Just a little bit more closer. Yeah.
But I couldn't tell. But yeah, he was like writing shit about us on Facebook, on Facebook, and you could tell he was talking about us. He didn't say our names directly, but it was obvious. And we just kind of let it slide. It was like whatever, haters gonna hate type shit. But then he ended up dropping a song called "Workin'," and in the song, he could tell he was kind of throwing like subliminal shots at us, like low key. Like I said, he didn't say our names or nothing.
Yeah.
But the song was kind of about what we were having the argument about.
Yeah, yeah.
So you could tell that he was kind of like, just jabbing at us. And so my boy K Lee, being like the super competitive dude that he is, saw that shit and he's like, yo, fuck this dude. And he like in like 2 days wrote a diss song to the Renegade beat. Jay-Z and Eminem.
Yeah.
Wrote a song to that, or wrote a diss song to that beat. And then he hit me up. He's like, yo, I'm gonna come to the studio. I want to lay down this diss track. And I was like, okay. So he came through, like I want to say like 2 or 3 days later, and recorded in like 2 takes. We spent like 3 hours just kicking it in the studio.
All
And he
right.
laid it down, and he went in on this motherfucker. Like
Ooh.
he destroyed him. Like I'll show you the song after the podcast. Like
Okay, for sure.
he was telling him to like guzzle piss and like just this crazy shit, right? Just going in on his ass,
Yeah.
and then he dropped it, and like a month later, Norton decided to respond, and he dropped a song called "Closed Casket."
Oh.
And in the song, he mentioned all three of us. He mentioned me, he mentioned Kaylee, and he mentioned Brad.
Yeah.
Even though me and Brad really had nothing to do with it,
Yeah.
it was just kind of like a default thing. And so we heard that shit, and we're like, all right, I guess this is beef. I guess we got to go through with this shit.
Yeah.
So I know Brad dropped a song first. Brad came through. He wrote something, dropped a song called Waste Management, and he dropped it. And then I wrote Pistol Smoke.
Yeah.
I dropped Pistol Smoke in January of last year.
All right.
And then Kaylee dropped another song, and we just kind of took shots at Norton just for all the shit that he was saying.
Oh.
And that's kind of where Pistol Smoke came from.
All right. Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know they like within the county of Tuolumne, we got beef out here, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But I really like that song. Like
Thank you,
I
man.
said, Pistol Smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always get that one. I always get the verse. Man, I'm Vegas, you just Reno.
Yeah.
That's
Bro.
When you're about to say that, I was like, bro,
Mhm.
that's how bad I feel like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, bro. I like the competitive side of hip hop.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
always
saying?
like it too.
Because I in high school and shit, I used to battle people.
Yeah.
Just like, cause people found out I'd rap, and they'd like said to me and be like, "Yo, you trying to battle?" Shit like that. And I'd be like, "Sure." And I wasn't really a battle rapper,
Yeah.
but I kind of got used to it just from practicing and shit.
Yeah.
So I got that mentality when I wrote the song,
Mhm.
just that battle rapper shit. I was like, okay, this motherfucker's coming for me. I got to come back with way harder shit.
Exactly.
So that's kind of where like Pistol
you know,
Smoke came
every
from.
time like somebody ever disses somebody else, I feel like they're now actually trying to be a very good artist.
Mhm.
Because I know that some of them are just trying to find out, oh man, what should I sing about? Should I sing about cars? Should I sing about fame? Should I sing about like my life? No, it's because when you start singing diss songs, I think that look, I gotta hit you hard right now, and then it has to be in like 10 seconds that I'm about to like hit you up. You know, that's why for me, I actually like Machine Gun Kelly's diss song that he made for Eminem.
Rap Devil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really think that's a really good song. And then of course Eminem came back. He
Yeah.
retaliated, but it's Eminem.
Yeah.
You know, Eminem will always win. Eminem will like retaliate. And I also liked the Eazy-E and Dr. Dre beef,
Yeah.
NWA and Ice Cube. I liked every single like diss ever. I even liked the Lil Romeo versus Lil Bow Wow.
Bro, a lot of people don't even know about that shit.
For real? Yeah, because
that's crazy.
Yeah, because nobody ever people only pay attention to like the now.
Yeah.
They never pay attention to like, hey man, that's Romeo and that's Bow Wow.
Bow Wow actually had beef with a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot of people, he had beef with Soulja Boy. I think he had
Yeah.
beef with Chris Brown at one point. Bow Wow was like
you know
coming
what?
for everybody.
Bow Wow was exactly like 50 Cent. You know, 50 Cent had
Yeah.
beef with hella people.
50 just talks hella shit.
He did. It's because even though like a lot of people did not like 50 Cent, I wanted to be that person, but you know what? His music was still really good, dude.
Get Rich is a classic album.
Exactly.
Classic
that was
album.
like my first CD I bought. You know what sucked? There's this funny story. I got a Get Rich and Die Trying album, and what sucked is I bought it at Walmart.
Okay.
And
Cincinnati.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, man, f- you in the.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah,
I
my boy,
missed out.
my boy Zach bought an Eminem CD from Walmart one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you know it's gonna be clean, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, nah.
No.
And he bought like the Greatest Hits album. And he put it in, and I think the first song was Just Don't Give a Fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, why is it censored? I'm like, I told you. I'm like, I told you, and it's Walmart, so it's not just censoring cuss words.
Exactly.
It's censoring like any like semi-violent references, and it's Eminem, so obviously it's like every other bar.
Yeah, it's just really annoying. I actually told my mom to return it, and we went to FYI.
Okay.
FYE, I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
FYE, and I told her, hey, I want this CD. Then she looks at me and says, didn't we just return that CD? It's funny. like I still wanted the CD, but I just wanted to change
Like,
like
I want
the censored
naughty
version.
version.
Yeah. I want the dirty version.
That's
But then
funny.
she looks at me and she says, "No." I'm like, "Damn it, man."
Damn, bro.
Yeah, it really sucked, but
We just returned that. That's the six of shit my mama would have said back to me.
yeah, it was really funny. All right. So, another question I wanted to ask you is like I know that you're going big. Yeah, I know just listening to your music, it's really good. I feel
Thank
like
you, man.
you can actually you will make it to the top, you
I
know.
appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, you are going to make it to the top just like how Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, you know, dream big, always stick with your plan A. Also like do you have any futures to like who you actually want to perform a song with?
Like who I want to work with.
Yeah, who yes.
Damn, there's a lot of people, bro.
All right, so we're gonna kick it. So we're gonna do like we're gonna do like three categories.
Okay.
Let's kick it with the past. Who would you sing from the past?
Do they have to be alive?
Not doesn't have to be alive or dead.
Okay.
It can be anybody.
Tupac off rip.
Tupac?
Tupac's my favorite rapper.
That's what's up.
Rakim. Rakim's one of my favorites. Nas.
Nice.
Yeah, those are like my top three. So any song I could do with them would be dope.
All right.
Any member of Wu Tang. I don't care. It could be Jizza. It could be fucking Inspector Deck. Anybody from Wu Tang.
You know, man, ODB would be dope too.
ODB would be tight, bro. Rest in peace, man.
Shimmy, young, shimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, his song was
I like it
dope.
raw.
Yeah, his music was really good.
Yeah, ODB was dope, bro.
Anybody else from the past or?
Honestly, bro, I'm a huge hip hop head. So like
Yeah.
any just like OGs from like the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
I'd be down to do a song with.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, but like, if the great Tupac was still here, and if you were back in the '90s or
Mhm.
the '80s, you would actually like go first to Tupac.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Always.
Pac would be my first choice.
That's what's up. You know, like I get it. Tupac. I actually bought Tupac's poetry book,
I got
and
his
it was
book too.
It's really
Yeah, Rose the Grew from the
inspirational.
Concrete.
It's really good.
Great book.
I
Definitely recommend reading it.
Yeah, I love that book.
Mhm.
But somebody stole it from me.
Damn.
Exactly, bro. No, the thing is, I loaned it to him,
Uh huh.
and I said, "Hey, can I give it back? Can I get it back like Friday or whenever?" And boom, he gone. He moved away.
That's crazy.
Yeah, fuck that kid.
Damn, bro.
He owes me a book.
For real.
All right. So, what about like in the now? Who would you perform like in the present?
That's a little bit of a harder question, just because I feel like there's a lot of, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of amazing rappers out now,
Yeah.
but there's also a lot of trash. So nowadays though, I'd probably say, I think my first choice would probably be like Joey Badass.
Joey Badass.
He kind of still has like that '90s style.
Okay.
Kendrick, Kendrick can be dope. Cole, Earl Sweatshirt. I love Earl Sweatshirt. A lot of
Yeah.
people sleep on Earl Sweatshirt. Jordan Lucas.
Nice.
Mac Miller, if he was, obviously if he's still
Yeah.
alive. Mac's one of my favorite like modern rappers. I love Mac
Nice.
Miller. Logic. Well, Logic, like 2013 Logic.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of like his newer shit. But yeah, I'd say Drake. I'm not a huge like Drake fan, but like old school Drake, I fuck with.
Well, okay, so I actually don't like Drake. I know
I
that
feel
might
you.
break a lot of hearts, but there's only one song that I do like from Drake, and
Mhm.
it's Marvin's Room.
I love Marvin's Room.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite song. I would always play that song. Like, I would play that for my ex, but yeah, I'm cool
Yeah.
with that.
I like 2008 Drake. That's like my favorite.
Yeah, see-
Anything past like his first album, I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah,
Like there's a couple good songs on Take Care. Like Marvin's Room's a good song.
yeah,
Fucking Hell Yeah, fucking Right with Lil Wayne. That's a good song.
yeah.
But most of like his shit past like 2012, I'm not really a fan of. It's too. I just feel like he doesn't put as much effort in his music as he used to. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the lyrics and shit.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole thing with like he might have ghostwriters, and it's just like, man, I can't take you seriously no more, bro. That's one thing that pisses me off is people are always like Drake's one of like the best rappers in the modern era. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you can't be one of the best if you don't write your own shit.
Exactly.
Like if you're a pop artist, sure, but for
Yeah.
hip hop, nah,
No.
can't do it.
Yeah. For me, I just never liked Drake. I never liked his style either. I'm sorry to say that to you listeners that you guys are big like Drake fans, but Marvin's Room would always get me though.
Marvin's Room's
I would
an
always
emotional
put that song on repeat.
Mhm.
I don't care. I'll listen to that like 50, 100, 200 times.
Yeah, I definitely like R&B Drake more
Yeah.
than rap Drake.
You
At
know,
least modern.
do you also do like R&B or like slow jam music?
Yeah, I sing a
sometimes?
little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, I grew up super religious, so I grew up like singing in church and shit.
Yeah.
But well, just like a lot of people. But yeah, I sing a little bit.
Would you ever like do a song with Keith Sweat or LL
Keith
Cool
Sweat?
J?
Yeah, that'd be tight.
With Keith Sweat.
I do a song with LL Cool J too.
Yeah.
Do both of them on the same song.
Hell yeah, because I know that I have a friend of mine that introduced me to Keith Sweat, and when I started listening to Keith Sweat, I was just like, "Damn, bro, what are you trying to
Keith's
do? Take me to your room or something?"
Bro, yeah, I love R&B music, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love it too. I just love the way that they just like try and talk to women. I know that like it's just like for me, it's like baby making music. Right
It is,
there,
bro.
I love that shit. I know that
90s R&B is like the go-to.
Yeah, like
baby making music.
Like my favorite song by Keith Sweat is "Twisted."
Okay.
That one's a really good song, and I got a funny story to tell you.
Okay.
One time, I actually asked a girl out, and I told her, "Hey, girl, I wrote you a poem."
Oh shit.
Yeah, I wrote her a poem.
Okay.
All right. Like, don't interrupt me, bro, because I'm about to.
All right.
I'm about to say, okay.
I'm all ears, bro.
Okay. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind,
Oh my
I
god.
hear my conscience call, saying I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove. For the first time in my life, I think I need love. I need love. And you know what she said to me? Man, that's LL Cool J.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Oh man, I was all like, how the hell do you know about that?
Bro, that's a classic.
Yeah, it worked. It worked a couple of times, but
That's funny. Oh my god. Sounds like some shit I would have tried to pull.
Yeah, it's just I would I wanted to try it. I really wanted to try but what it really got I got it from have you ever seen Wayne's Brothers?
Yeah.
With Martin and Sean. I know
I
that,
love that show.
Yeah, Sean actually did that to a girl that he liked. And in my mind I was thinking, you know what? I should try that one day. I should try that to a couple of girls. And it was probably like one time it was successful.
Damn.
One time it was successful, but I'd done it like so many times that they actually know who LL Cool J is. I was like, damn, bro. I thought living up here that you guys wouldn't know shit.
For real, bro. That's funny.
Oh man. I just really liked I really like R&B music. I know that it was another group Boyz II Men.
Oh, Boyz II Men are
yeah.
amazing.
There was a time when I actually didn't have anybody else to talk to because I know that I had a girl that actually like never wanted to speak to me again. And then I played End of the Road, and yeah, it kind of sucks. It kind of stinks that when like a girl never wants to talk to you and you play End of the Road, you kind of feel a little bit more desperate. But then I just say, you know what, man, I'm just jamming on Boyz II Men, and I'm just like forgetting who this girl was now.
I feel it, bro.
But you know, I really like Boyz II Men. They had so many great hits, so many great music that I always listen to. I know that one older woman. Okay, I'm gonna sound a little fucked up, but she looked like a straight up racist.
Okay.
Like she always looked at me with so much hatred in her eyes. I was working at Avalon Healthcare Center in San Andreas.
Okay.
And one day I looked at her notebook, and inside the notebook, she had a Boyz II Men CD. I was like, what the fuck?
Bro.
Yeah, she had a Boyz II Men CD, and she looks like a fucking like Klan member.
Oh my god.
And I'm all like, what the fuck, Michelle?
Michelle. This is a Boyz II Men.
Yeah, I'm just like, you and me could have been like great friends. Why didn't you tell me you were a Boyz II Men like fan? And she's all like, well, you never asked. I'm like, what the fuck am I?
I thought you liked Shania Twain.
Oh man, yep. I just love that shit. There was another song. Have you ever? I forgot the artist's name, but have you ever heard of a song called "Freak Like Me"?
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
Fuck! I know. Damn.
Yeah,
I can't think of who sings that.
I keep forgetting. And like that song. Do you also listen to very great female artists?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Big.
Yeah.
Like what from like who's your like top one?
Like female singers.
Female, yeah.
Damn. Probably Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
I love like old school like jazz and shit. So I
Yeah.
love like Billie Holiday, Ella
Nice.
Fitzgerald. Like as far as like R&B and shit, I like damn Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, Sade. Erica Badu. You know
See,
what I'm saying?
that's why I asked you that question. I thought you would know because I'm just trying to find it all day today,
Yeah.
and I was just trying to see freak like me, like fuck, who sings that song? But
I can Google it real quick.
Yeah, Google it
Just
real
cheating.
quick. Yeah. I was trying to find that like that. When I was coming up the hill, I was like, man, what was that artist's name again? Like, fuck, man. So yeah, I just needed your help with that one. But for my favorite one, I will always pick Mary J. Blige.
Oh, I love Mary J.
Mary
too.
J. She was like a great singer. There was a song that came like probably during the mid 2000s. I think it was in the 2000s or the 2010s.
Was it Adina Howard?
Yeah, Dina
Yeah,
Howard. That was
okay.
the one. 8 in the morning. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I really like that song. So, all right, everybody. The song of the day is Adina Howard, "Freak Like Me."
For real.
But there was a song by Mary J. Blige. It's called "Runaway Love." Have you ever heard that one?
Yeah, with Ludacris.
Yeah.
Runaway love. Yeah, that's my shit.
All right. So when I heard that song, I was all like, you know what? Mary J. Blige actually has a fucking heart.
For real,
She
bro.
has
That's a deep
heart
song.
there. And because I know that a lot of music artists, they wouldn't sing like some of the tragedies that are going out,
Mhm.
going down like during this time. And yeah, I just really like how Mary J. Blige helps gives a good message to a lot of people,
Mhm.
and I would always respect her. So I give a big shout out to Mary J. Blige for
Mary
that.
J's dope, man.
Yeah, I really
love
like her.
Mary J.
I know that I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna tweak this conversation, but I also like Frankie J.
Okay.
He also wrote a song called "Daddy's Home" or something.
Mhm.
That's what it's called, right?
I think so.
Yeah, and it talks about all like all the daughters losing their father. You
Okay.
know, not just like when the mom kicks him out,
Mhm.
but it also talks about when a father's like in his deathbed, or when like a father is just he's missing. It's just great music that
Mhm.
like I'm just saying to myself, what happened?
For real, bro.
Like what happened to giving good messages? I know that's when I turn on the radio, I always hear like I'm popping my pussy and all that shit.
For real, bro.
Like, come on, I don't want to hear that. Shit.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a time and a place for everything.
yeah.
But when you just get oversaturated with the same shit over and over, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, it's
We
just
need some like real shit.
yeah. I'm just like, come on. I know that Little Kim did it, and I know that Nicki Minaj is still doing it.
Yeah,
But I'm just like, I don't want to hear that.
I feel it.
So, I just say that like most of these aren't like these R&B, these slow jam singers. They actually had a very good message,
Mhm.
and I really appreciate their like music. All right, so so we got really off track. I was about to say, I told you about who would you sing in the past and who would you sing in the now.
Mhm.
So what's in the future for Rocky? What do you want to accomplish for this year or the next year? What do you want to accomplish in these next 2 years?
Damn. Well, I just put out my second album, so I definitely want to do like some shows to promote it and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I got like a show coming up in September, but I really need to start just like performing more.
Yeah,
My bad.
it's all good.
Yeah. 'Cause I used to perform a lot when I was younger, but just life happens.
Oh yeah,
Work, school, all that shit.
I hate that.
So, but I definitely want to start doing more shows. I want to try dropping another project next year. See what happens.
Yeah,
But, hopefully I'll just maybe something will happen in the next couple years and this shit will like become like a full-time thing for me.
that's what's up.
That'd be
you know?
dope. That's what I eventually want. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? I want to do this like permanently.
yeah,
This is my passion.
I know.
So if that could happen for me, awesome. If not, I'll just keep working.
exactly. You know, you're sticking with your plan A. You want to make this thing happen. You
Mhm.
know, always stick with your plan A. If one part of plan A doesn't work out, I know that there's always other ways to stay with your plan A
Mhm.
and never go with your plan B.
Yeah.
That's like good advice somebody can ever give you.
For
You
real.
always have to stick with your plan A.
Yeah.
But that's really good that you want to stick with your passion in music, because just by listening just to these two albums, it's like me listening to Biggie Smalls' albums that just came out.
Yeah.
I really like your music, and I really like listening to. I always put one of the songs on repeat, and that's what you're trying to accomplish. That a person puts your CD on, and when they start like tapping and they start moving their head, they always have that song on repeat, meaning that, you know what, I like this guy, I want to hear the rest of his album. They start liking your album, they get a ticket for your show, they get a ticket for your show, you show them love, man.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people just that when they start when they start music, they just put it on the back burner and they say, oh, don't worry, I'll just get back to it probably next week. And then that next week comes in, and then they say, oh, another week, and then another week, and that's when they start giving up. It's like people with their diets.
Yeah, for real.
It's like, all right, I'm just gonna have a cheat meal. Okay, I'm just gonna have a cheat day. You know, maybe I would have a cheat week.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna have a cheat year. It's just that that's not good.
Nah.
It's never good. But just by also hearing that you also have a passion just to sing with the people in the present, it's also, I feel like you can accomplish that. I know that you can achieve your goal if you just don't let it die. You know, a dream is something when you wake up, but whoa. Is that your phone?
Yeah, I think it just died. It's all good. Sorry about that.
It's all I got. All right. Oh man, I was all like, "Oh man, what was that, bro?"
Yeah, thought the mic was bugging out.
Okay. What was I saying? Shit, I forgot what was I saying.
Just talking about like following your dreams and
Yeah,
shit.
just following your dreams.
Yeah.
And right now, like for me, I'm starting this podcast, and I know that for starting this podcast, I'm gonna do it big. I'm gonna try and make this podcast like go all of California. If it goes all of California, it's gonna go to Nevada. It's gonna go to all the states. Yeah, bro.
Talking about like taking the podcast everywhere.
Huh?
You're talking about like taking the podcast everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like try and take the podcast everywhere, you know. And I have a couple of friends that are doing like some artwork for me. We're gonna make like stickers and like pop them everywhere around like all of Northern California. And that's what you're doing right now. I know that you're like putting yourself out there. I know that you have your own YouTube channel, you have your own podcast on YouTube, you have Spotify, you have CDs everywhere. You put yourself in social media, and everybody actually knows your name. And that's like gaining an audience. That's what's good. That's awesome what you're doing. So I give you like the best of luck, like hitting up, getting like reaching for your goal, bro. Because you're a winner, bro. I know that you're a straight up winner, and I know that you can be a very good example for like the young kids nowadays.
Appreciate that, bro.
No problem.
That's the goal, man. Just to inspire people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what I really want to do, is just have like a positive impact on people. I'm sorry, I'm quiet as hell.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. But do you want to say something to the people though? You want to like inspire like the youngsters out there, or the people that want to become a music artist? Do you have anything to say to them?
Bro, just don't give up, man. Just keep, basically what you say. Keep working, keep pursuing your dreams. You know, do what you got to do. Don't sell out. You know what I'm saying? Don't become a fake person just to gain, you know, some respect.
Yeah.
But find out where you fit in, find out what you're good at, and just stick to that shit and keep working at it.
Yeah.
That's what I did, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Obviously I ain't nowhere near where I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm still, you know, grinding. But as far as the point that I've gotten to, that's what I've done. I found where, you know, I fit in, I found my little pocket, and I've stuck to it, and I've just kept working. And that's what you got to do.
Exactly.
If you want to gain any kind of exposure, any kind of like, you know, fan base, you just gotta do what you feel is right.
Yeah.
And the, you know, the people that are attracted to the same shit that you like, they'll come to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they'll see the type of shit that you do, and they'll be like, yo, I fuck with that, and they'll gravitate towards it.
Exactly.
But in order for that to happen, you got to put yourself out there, and you got to work hard.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, that's really
I understand.
all I gotta say.
See, like, that's really good. That's really good to hear about that, because people need to learn. It's not easy making it to the top. You have to claw all the way up.
Mm-hmm. It's taken me, like I said, 7 years just to get to the point where I'm at right now.
Yeah, and you're not even halfway.
I still got a long ass way to go.
See, and you're still pursuing it, and that's why I give you a lot of respect too.
Thank you, man.
No problem. So, we're about at the end of the show.
Okay.
And I really appreciate you joining us, Rocky.
Yeah,
Thank you
problem,
for everything. Man. And your second album just came up. It's called Brick by Brick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brick.
My favorite song in that album is Solace.
Okay.
Yeah, and I always put that song on repeat.
Appreciate that, man.
The second one is what was the other one? I forgot. It was the one before Mud and Mary.
Okay.
Mud and Mary was
actually
another good one. I'm just like,
Thank you, bro.
No problem. So yeah, I really appreciate you doing this, being a guest in the podcast. Well, thank you for joining us here at the Mountaintop.
Yeah, man.
And good luck with everything, bro. I wish you the best of luck, and I know that you're gonna reach your goal if you just don't give up and you just work your way up.
I appreciate that, man.
No problem, man.
I wish you the best luck with this podcast, man.
Appreciate it, man.
I'm trying to see you get big as hell, bro.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
because right now, I know that sometimes my subconscious always kicks in. It always kicks in and says, "Oh, you're not gonna make it. Oh, you have not that many viewers." It's because I'm not like advertising myself, but I'm doing that right now.
Yeah.
And I know that you're doing that right now. You're advertising yourself. I know that we're gonna be winners.
Yeah, bro.
And we're gonna see each other in the finish line.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us here at the Mountaintop, and hopefully you guys come back up here next week, and hopefully we can get Rocky again at the show. And
most definitely, man.
Yeah. And do you have any like future shows you're gonna?
Yeah, I'm doing coming up in September, in Amador County. There's gonna be like a little underground hip hop festival that's going on.
Nice.
Little like 3-day like camping event, and I'm on the bill for that. I'm one of the like the first acts of the first day. So,
nice.
Yeah, if y'all want to come out, show love. I forgot what city it was in. It's like Williesville or some shit like that.
Okay.
But it's in Wilseyville, but it's in Amador County, and
I'll Google it.
So, yeah.
Well, people can Google it.
Yeah. It's like Williesville or Wilseyville or something like that. But yeah, that's coming up in September. Other than that, I'm just trying to get some like local shows booked.
All right.
I really need to promote this album.
All right.
But yeah, that's pretty much it, bro.
All right, man. You know what? I might actually stop by, show some love.
Thank you, man.
Be like, hey man, yo Rocky, you know me? It's me. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. It's all good.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. See you guys next week.
Hell yeah.